Coaching Corps' mission is to level the playing field for kids of color in low-income communities by increasing access to quality sports programming with coaches trained in helping young people become their best selves. Today, Coaching Corps has placed 18,000 coaches with hundreds of after-school sports programs serving over 200,000 youth in underserved communities across the country. Well, thanks again for joining San Diego Game Changer Awards. You know, Coaching Corps makes it possible for kids in underserved communities and communities of color to have access to sports with a trained coach that serves as not only a mentor, but as a role model. And Coaching Corps provides opportunities for kids to participate in those sports that they may otherwise not be able to. You know, a lot of us have played sports our entire lives. We've coached, so on and so. We've even watched our kids and some of us our grandkids participate. And you see firsthand what that type of hands-on coaching does to build character, to build scheduling, to build a work ethic. And I got to say, I'm so blessed to be able to be involved in Coaching Corps and help out here with not only the Loft 100 TV studios, but with interviewing. And I can tell you, a man that I have interviewed probably 50 or 60 times before we ever got to meet face to face, Trevor Hoffman played Major League Baseball for 18 years, right here in San Diego for more than 15 years. The first person to reach the 500 and 600 save mark and all-time saves leader in 2000 until 2011, inducted to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2018. I give you Trevor Hoffman. Trevor, great to see you, man. And it's much better to see you here than the last time I saw you. I think it was at a gas station parking lot where we passed and said hi. How are you, man? Good to see you.
Needing some gas to fill up, so we were in passing there, but we knew we were going to get connected and have an opportunity to talk about Coaching Corps for sure.
Well, listen, the last time I saw you at Coaching Corps, you brought up one of your inspirations from the past. I got to ask again. Let's bring it back. How did you guys get involved in sports? How did you get involved in sports growing up, and when did it all start, and where did it all start?
Yeah, honestly, it was a great opportunity to honor my high school basketball coach, Tom Gregory, from Savannah High School. But really, I was involved with mentoring and getting tutored and having a coach impact my life, you know, really early in my athletic endeavors, and that was really through family. My dad was involved in our Little League. I had older brothers, 9 years older and 12 years older, and so when I was 6, 7, trying to get involved in some rec sports, they were the perfect age to coach my team. So it actually really worked out well, and had an opportunity to learn from family and learn from really quality people that I knew were going to take care of me and give me the opportunities, but also shoot me straight and let me know what was right and what was wrong.
You know, Trevor, we've seen, and you've obviously experienced the on-field results and the on-field memories, but talk to me about some of the most memorable moments in your professional career that sort of go back to that coaching, the stuff that kind of gets you to go to the 11th and 12th inning sometimes, the stuff that you had to lean back on from your childhood and your childhood coaches to get to the next level.
It really does. It goes way, way back. I know that, you know, I remember vividly a moment when my older brother, we were heading to a basketball game when I was in, I don't know, 3rd or 4th grade. And we had to go by some workers that were working on a McDonald's, the storefront, working their tail off, putting down brick and mortar. And he goes, Trev, said nothing wrong with an honest day's work. These men are working hard to provide for their families, and this is the job that they're doing. But understand, if you go out and you get an education, there might be more opportunities for you. That stood out in my mind. I remember vividly my first 5 and 25, 5 lines in 25 seconds on the varsity basketball team, and barely making it through, and knowing that if I didn't, the whole team was going to run. That stuck out in my mind. Again, going back to high school basketball, we had a run that we'd run through the Fullerton Hills, and we'd constantly try and beat our numbers, and it was all done before school would start, and we'd go back to school and get a shower and off into class. So honestly, those moments were very impactful for me to understand the meaning of hard work, the meaning of teamwork, and accountability. So those are the things that I leaned on even at the highest level to try and get my job done with the San Diego Padres.
I have to ask you, when you walked out on the field from the bullpen and we all listened to Hell's Bells and the crowd's going crazy, I mean, we could obviously feel it up in the stands. We could feel it up in the media box. You had to be hyper-focused at that point. Was there ever a time, though, when you stepped on the field in those moments and thought to yourself, I remember when I stepped on the field in Little League, or I remember when I stepped on the field in high school and such?
Absolutely. I know that almost every opening day in the big leagues, they're very precious. So you never know how many you're going to have, and but the field is manicured to a T. It had just been cut, and that smell always reminded me of opening day back in Delco Little League in Anaheim, California. So there's certain smells that resonate with you that never leave, no matter how high up you go. Certainly the smells and the sights were obviously much greater and grander as you got higher up the level, with the smell of all the food that was being prepared throughout the stadium, the popcorn, the bunting, the third deck, and just how massive and beautiful our baseball fields are that we get to play on the big league level. But it's those simple pleasures that do remind you what it was like as a kid, and ultimately don't let the kid out of the body, because it's what we're getting to do is play a kid's game.
Well, that's exactly right. And as you lean back on those memories, let's turn to the coaching core, because you have a real heart for coaching core, and I want you to talk about, you know, why you're supporting it so vividly, and why it's so important to you that these communities that are underserved and communities of colors have access to one-on-one coaches. Talk about that just a little bit.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier. I think the opportunity that on both sides, the mentors that are getting an opportunity to learn about coaching, to put their skill sets together and implement them in the youth that they're coaching, what they've been trained to do and learning to do, and honestly, the desire. And that's the one thing that stood out to me when I had a chance to meet some of our young coaches, is that, you know, how passionate they were to better themselves in that arena. And that goes a long way. I think you can overcome some deficiencies along the way with honestly knowing that you're passionate about what you do and you care about the kids, and it's going to come through. And as you mentioned, some undeserving areas of our community that really need the help, underserved, and they need the help. And honestly, people that are going out and giving all that they can to give back and have an impact and provide an opportunity what some of these kids might not have the opportunity to do.
Well, in my book, when Trevor Hoffman says an organization is worthy of your support and financial investment, I think it means it's something to listen to. Trevor, thank you so much. It's so great to see you again. Can't wait for us to run into each other in person, and next time we get to be on the air together. Trevor Hoffman, in support of
guys, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. See you soon. San Diego Game Changer Awards online continues. We'll see you in a second.